I hear a lot of discussion about work-life balance, and I thought I'd dedicate this video to a special case of the work-life balance, what I like to call the work-eat balance. What do I mean by that? Well, prior to COVID, I used to be guilty of rushing meals in between tasks at work, eating at my desk. I'm an adjunct professor and sometimes even eating in the classroom, and it would never go well. Neither activity would go very well when I would do that. I would eat much more than I had planned to. Food would evaporate, my reputation would evaporate, I would have food stuck between my teeth. And it made me realize that I wasn't saving any time or anything. I ended up eating more than I wanted to, which meant that I had to spend time to compensate for that, right, in some way, or more accurately, I might have been even losing time off of my life expectancy, right? My work wasn't going right, which meant that it might have cost me my job, which means that I got to spend more time to look for another job, yada, yada, yada. I wasn't saving any time. Let's just put it that way. It's a lot more efficient for me to, I go on a 16-hour fast every day now, which means I don't have to eat in the office. Now, the problem is, how do you excuse yourself from eating in the office? Well, in 2020, it's very easy, right? You can't eat with that on. What I'm hoping to do is, after COVID has passed, and I go back to the office and people offer food to me, what I think I'll say is that, I liked keeping my desk and my workspace food free. I liked it during the COVID crisis. I want to keep it that way, and I hope to bring up this topic in that way. Now, a special case of this is that a lot of times at job interviews, there's always a meal involved. And in my opinion, I think it's a subtle form of discrimination, because you got people who have food allergies. And yes, I know that you can say that you're going to accommodate people who say they have food allergies, but the point is now they have to bring it up at the interview, right? It might not be something that the candidate is interested in bringing up as a first impression, right? I wish it was more of an option, right? At the job interview, you say to your candidate, would you like to go for a meal today? And you would accept no for an answer. That I can accept, right? But now that COVID has happened, it's given me a big avenue for me to back out of situations like that. I really do think it's a form of discrimination. I have a friend who works for Washington State as in the Human Rights Commission, and I emailed her and asked her how she felt about this, and she mentioned she was going to talk to a number of colleagues there, and they all of them said they never thought about this. So it's good that it's being brought up over there. I don't know. Obviously, they have a lot more to deal with now that COVID has hit. I think I asked her before COVID. But I hope to make use of this COVID situation to bring up that, I want to have a work-eat balance. I don't know if I'm the first person to use that word. I just looked it up, and it doesn't seem to be a phrase that has ever been used before, but I like it. Thanks for watching.